All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the 2022 SoCal Challenge Pitch Competition. We might as well go ahead and clap now because we need all the energy to get it going. Congratulations to everyone in advance for your hard work and determination. This is my favorite part of every accelerator program is seeing all of the hard work that you guys go through. So we have a full and a very busy agenda today. We have 11 companies that are pitching tonight. So hang on with us and keep the energy going. So we'll get going right now. First up is a little bit about our organization and program. We'll have a little meet and greet, which you already have done. Refreshments are to your left. If you need anything, feel free to go over there as well. A little bit about Founders First CDC. My name is Shaylin Scott. I'm the Executive Director of Founders First CDC, and we're a social enterprise that helps diverse-led small businesses grow and excel. We help businesses that are ready to add employees to be job creators and wealth generators in the communities that they serve. And we do so through 3 different ways: through our curriculum, access to capital, and through the connections that they build through our accelerator programs. So all the hard work that you guys will see tonight is from all of the hard work from our team. So thank you to our team in advance as well, who have made tonight this special. We also have plenty of judges that we want to welcome, and I'll introduce you to all of our stellar judges that we have tonight, as well as our pitch companies. We also have our Clydesdale program, which is our youth entrepreneurship program. You'll get a sneak peek into the current cohort that's going on right now. We have our pitches that'll take up that's the meat and potatoes of tonight. Our Audience Choice Award. We have awards for the night as well. We'll have a guest speaker and a keynote speaker, as well as certificates for all of our graduates tonight, an announcement of the final awardees and who is going home with the big prize tonight. So let's get this party going. You already know who I am. You can see it again. My background has always been in organizations like this, so I appreciate you for having me here tonight. A little bit about Founders First and some of the milestones. We've helped over 500 companies, and this is across the nation. We serve the entire state of Texas, California, Illinois, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and we are looking to expand more as the years go on. And when we're helping these companies to grow and scale, we see that they are able to grow not just in their revenues and the size of employees, but in the types of growth that their companies want as well, whether that's in more locations, whether that's in a larger size, whether that's in adding different types of funding that they may need. So we see a large number of growth throughout our programs in every organization that comes to us. And we'd be happy to share information with you all posted in. We do have a special message from our founder and CEO, Kim Folsom. She is the brains of the operation and the brainchild of Founders First CDC, and we have a video sharing a few words from her.
And I want to congratulate our members on making it to this milestone point in their challenge program. For those of you, if this is your first time attending a Founders First pitch event, I want to share with you a bit about who Founders First is. And to do that, I need to share with you a little bit about my story as the founder of Founders First. Prior to starting Founders First in 2015, I had over 30-year entrepreneurial journey where I made lots and lots of mistakes. I founded over 6 companies. Of those 6 companies, I exited 3 of them, raised over $30 million in venture capital, had teams as large as 150 or as small as 10 people. And most of them, I grew my revenues to 8 figures. And I also found in that journey that it was an interesting challenge. And many times there was things I didn't know that I had to overcome, made lots and lots of mistakes. And I thought, why aren't there more business owners, as I look to my right and left, that were diverse and going through the same journey? And come to find out it's challenging being a business owner, and thought that, you know what, I was able to figure it out over these 25 to 30 years. And while I had thousands of mistakes along the way, that I learned some things that I could help other business owners hopefully not make the same mistakes and have the same, if not better, outcomes that I did in my own entrepreneurial journey. And being an entrepreneur, it's really a challenge. Even though there's challenging, there's lots of personal opportunities, be it you want to improve the quality of your life or your family's life. You may have goals of buying a home, saving for retirement, sending your kids to college, or making a legacy. You may have a big industry objective you're looking to solve, or something just for your community. All of those things are worthwhile opportunities to encourage people to take that leap if they're willing to work to be an entrepreneur. But as much as you have those opportunities, there's challenges as well. Some of you may know that 50% of small businesses fail in their first 5 years, and less than 20% of small businesses get access to funding. For women, that's less than 10%, and for more minority-owned businesses, that's less than 3%. But we here at Founders First have been providing a playbook that helps small business, specifically diverse founder-led businesses, overcome those challenges to build sustainable, growing business. And I want to share with you a little bit about our impact that we've made since we started in 2015, and see some of our statistics of how we've helped over 500 companies. Our priorities over the next few years are to grow and fund over 1,000 businesses to be generating over $1 million revenues annually, and to be leading job creators in their community. The thing that we try to do at Founders First to make us different than under other accelerators is we focus to help our members not only create sustainable, growing businesses, but we want to help them be confident as leaders of their business. We provide them structured know-how, education, access to experts, funding, resources, and much more. We strive to be their growth partner to help them on their path of success. The main issue that we're seeking to solve, and why we're doing what we are doing, is we want to make our members get the most out of the resources available to them, and want them to strive to be able to help others and inspire the next batch of founders of businesses. But they've got to be able to make the investment to make this work. We ask them to commit to work on their business and not just in their business. Our programs are no joke. We expect that they're going to invest 5 to 20 hours per week in improving their business. They must be coachable. They must be willing to ask for help and making changes to improve the outcome. We want them to be a servant leader, meaning that they're willing to make an impact with their business and help inspire and be an active part in their community. So now that you know a bit about Founders First and how we seek to help diverse founder-led businesses become premium job creators, we invite you to nominate a small business owner to our Job Creators Grant program if they're willing to share their experience and their success to help inspire others. And with that, on behalf of the Founders First team, we thank you for coming and joining us for this great pitch event, and congratulate our member companies on their fantastic pitches. Thank you.
Thank you to Kim. I know she would have wanted to be at every single pitch competition, but she's only one person. And so I get to come to a lot of them as well and MC and moderate this great event. So before we get started, we want to thank our sponsors and all of our partners and supporters. I want to thank the Rockefeller Foundation, ADP, JP Morgan Chase, the Kauffman Foundation, CMTC, California Manufacturing Network, CBDC of the Inland Empire, Alpha, Black Chamber of Commerce, the Veterans Organization, Accessity, Union Bank, We the Plug, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, CIT Bank, and WBC. And there are so many others who have been supportive, not just in our programs, from facilitating, from referring businesses, from just sharing the information and our hard work that our businesses are going through. So we want to thank you all for your support and give them a round of applause. Okay, now we're going to get started with the meat and potatoes of tonight, what everybody's been waiting on. But before we do, we have a special guest speaker who is here today to give you all some words of encouragement and some guidance as well before we get going. We have Peter Jackson, the Vice President, a Senior Business Consultant from JP Morgan Chase. He has over 15 years of seasoned experience in the banking industry and is a subject matter expert in the areas of business development, community banking, business credit underwriting, and process innovation. In his current role as Senior Business Consultant, he serves as a mentor and coach, delivering one-on-one coaching, support to minority entrepreneurs, and helping them to advance and take their businesses to the next level, strengthening local communities, all while he does it. So Peter, welcome to the stage. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Pleasure. All right. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? All right, I'm going to use my inside voice. So good afternoon, good evening, Peter Jackson, Senior Business Consultant with JP Morgan Chase. I'm really happy to be here because tonight's a really big deal. All the businesses we're going to see, the pitches, I cannot wait. I'm excited because, you know, if you have a body, you need blood, you need veins, arteries, that's small businesses. Even more so, minority entrepreneurs, right? Black, Latin, women, veteran owners, it's a big deal. And this is the season. The Inland Empire, located in the Inland Empire, has about 4 million people. Half of that population is Latin and under 10% is African American, right? It is a huge opportunity for business growth. It's a huge hub. I been in banking 16 years now, have had many roles. I started out, believe it or not, I was going to be a social worker. Before, when I just started banking, I said, you know, I don't know about banking. I want to be a social worker. My mom worked at Cedars-Sinai, and she encouraged me to be a clinical social worker. Well, I applied to Cal State Long Beach, wasn't accepted, but I ended up getting into banking, but I kept that hat on. And funny enough, I landed in this role as a senior consultant where I'm a business and mentor to minority entrepreneurs. I also wanted to work at one point as a startup. I thought a startup would be really exciting. And I eventually, in my role prior, opened a brand new office in the Crenshaw district. It was a branch in South Central LA on Crenshaw Boulevard. And it was a heck of an experience, but it dealt a lot with empowering local businesses, small businesses, to be able to stay and play in the neighborhoods where they live. And now, come to JP Morgan Chase, I am a senior business consultant where it's a free service Chase provides. I'm a coach and a mentor wearing my social worker hat, right, in the communities, doing real community banking, but also with a startup, because this line of business is like a startup within JP Morgan Chase. And the reason I share that is because with the Inland Empire is what we call a focus area. So it's huge opportunity in terms of rates of population, especially for entrepreneurs. For example, I'm sure you've seen it. I live in Ontario. There's either houses, cows, and commercial real estate that are springing up really quickly. Well, what's interesting is in the IE, buildings can be 2 feet higher than in Los Angeles, right? So you get more for your buck, and there's more incentives to come out to this area. So I say all that to say it's fertile ground in the Inland Empire. The Inland Empire gets slept on, passed over, sometimes not acknowledged, maybe discounted, but that's changing. And a lot of why that's changing is why we're here today, disruption. post George Floyd, post everything that's going on, I'm a half empty kind of guy. I stay positive. I'm always positive, and I see doors being opened, windows being opened, opportunities for everyone. But what's important is why I do what I do. I say a lot, that we coach and mentor minority entrepreneurs, right? And I'll hear some people say, well, are we doing anything extra? Are we doing, and we're not really doing anything extra. We're doing a lot of what hasn't been done. We're focusing on the underserved. And, just in general, when you help communities, when you help business owners thrive, it strengthens your community and it's good for your local economy. And that's really what we want to kind of focus on. Business owners are so vital. The Inland Empire, the fourth quarter of last year, the Inland Empire, I think went from 3.5 to maybe 4.5% in terms of its growth. There's expansion in the Inland Empire. Logistics and transportation are huge. Online commerce is huge. So there's opportunity. But even with all of that, it's important to kind of keep the fundamentals. So as you launch, right, as you go out there, as you get to do what you do very well and really impact communities with your brands, with your message, with your why, keep in mind, it's different. For example, when I started in banking, banking was about numbers. Now, when you ask about banking, banking is about lifting to create new ways to get access to capital, support operations, help them with their cash flow. And that's a little bit about, what I do. But I love what I do. And I just want to encourage you to say, as you go out there, focus on your processes. Processes and fundamentals are everything. And, the journey can be long and hard. It can be difficult. But organizations like Founders First, like JP Morgan, the ones that are throwing their hats into this kind of new economy, right? To create real equal opportunities by challenging the status quo, by really being positively disruptive. That's what you're doing. And when it comes to, I'll share an example of access to capital. I spoke with a woman yesterday. She had 35 years of retail experience, strong corporate experience. She started a franchise in Chino. And she loves Italian food, and she saw this franchise as kind of a growing market. And she spent a considerable amount of her personal funds before it opened, and then COVID hit. So now she's invested a lot of her personal net worth in this restaurant, which is not showing money, and she needs a loan. And she's having a tough time getting access to capital. And I spoke with her yesterday, and I totally understand her frustration. And what we started focusing on was backing into the point of a decline. What happened? What'd they tell you? What your financials look like, tell me about your net income, tell me about how you're reporting, tell me how you run your business, tell me your operations, tell me how you manage your cash flow. All those things tie into lendability. So, sometimes there's a good colleague of mine that says cash can be your kryptonite. So money is great, but really having a plan in place to understand how you're going to apply those funds and working with coaches and mentors to support you is everything. And, I'm available, as a free resource. There's tons of resources here. I encourage you to use those resources. I encourage you to ask questions, as in the video, as she said, businesses that are coachable and teachable, those are the ones that are getting fed. And there's always ways, and remember this, don't underestimate relationships. Relationships are everything. In banking, when I was in South Central, I had to get loans done. I had to actually get approvals for clients on Crenshaw Boulevard, literally, to keep their businesses open. So it's serious, and I took it seriously. I take it seriously, and I brought a team together when I was a branch manager, and it was almost political, right? But you get people together that are like-minded, and you get their energy together, you get their focus on something, and things open up. And so I want to encourage you, one, don't take no for an answer, right? Continue to be positive, be resilient, and find new ways to ask questions. Innovate in your thought processing, innovate in how you approach and leverage support. And there's ways to get things done. There always is. So I encourage you, tonight as we, join together to really, focus on your impact and really your why you do this. This, speaks to kind of what we do and how we do it. It's one-on-one coaching. So in essence, I will connect with the business owner, conduct a SWOT analysis. We'll pick some areas 2 areas where they need the best support, and we'll coach for 3, 6, and 9 months. And that's a free service. Once again, I cover the Inland Empire and I cover Riverside, right? And when I'm coaching folks, there's some interesting things I hear, and it's their processes. A quick example would be the Lakers. I use them because they're well known. They're a business, believe it or not. They have the branding, right? They have the cash flow, but they don't have process management down pat. Their processes are a little off right now. Hence, they're having a bad record. Who you hire, right? Who you work with. All those things are supported by your why, your ultimate vision. And that's kind of what I'll close with these remarks are. When you're running your business, every single thing you do, like I see the wonderful cookies on my desk, there's so much thought that goes into it. I find business owners have a congestion. They keep their why here. All of it has to come out. All of it needs to be painted on the walls of your business, right? In your mind, on your vision board. And that's going to dictate who you align yourself with, what vendors do you use, who you hire. It's everything. And that why, the way that you can articulate your message and your story is everything. Connecting with your audience is everything. You don't have to be all things to all men. You just have to know who your audience is and how to reach them. So in closing, I just want to encourage you to say congratulations, right, on making it to this point, for investing your time and for what we're going to see tonight. I can't wait to see it. Leverage your resources that you have. JP Morgan, people say, well, JP Morgan, what are they doing? Well, JP Morgan has traditionally focused on the fruit. Well, now JP Morgan is also focusing on the root. And that to me is extremely disruptional, because it shows that folks on the inside are hearing, are thinking, and are trying to find ways to connect. So there's tons of great organizations out there that are offering support, but be relentless. Don't take no for an answer. Smile, keep your head down, keep your integrity, but know that you are winning because you're impacting your community, knowing that you are making a difference to people that you hire. And that is how we're honestly going to move forward. I know it sounds political, but as a community, because we're healing, we're supporting each other by supporting the businesses. So I'm proud to be here. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing and seeing everyone tonight. Thank you.
Wonderful. That got your juices flowing already. I love how he said, focusing on the roots and the fruit. That is all the hard work that we are going to see today, and all the support of the ecosystem, like our partners, the JP Morgan Chase and the Bank of America, the business service organizations across the nation that are helping to support the small businesses. And some of them are here today to serve as judges. So we want to thank and welcome. We have right in front of us, make sure all the judges say hello. We have George Paniagua, the president of Jellyfish Commercial. Wave to the people. All right. Welcome. We have Latavia Pineda, National Latino Outreach Manager for Small Business Majority. We have Peter Jackson, Vice President and Senior Business Consultant for JP Morgan Chase. We also have Claudette Anderson, Small Business Production Manager for Bank of America, Neighborhood and Community Lending. We have Carrie Gordon, Chase Community Manager as well. Welcome. And Jonathan Salazar, Bank of America Small Business Banker, with us today. So thank you. All right. Well, we want to thank you all for being here. I know I've said thank you a million times, but we really are grateful for your support, because it takes a village to help not just one business, but all the businesses grow and excel. And so we have a special message from some of our future entrepreneurs. Oops, before we do that, it's coming up here. Did I miss one? Should be right here. From our little Clydesdale people. No. Well, we'll come back to them. Let's see who our companies are who'll be pitching tonight. We have David G. Brown Studios, David Brown, the owner, who is based in Los Angeles. We have Think Healthy Inc., Dr. Ramina Gassimi, owner based in LA. We have Breaking Through San Diego Physical Therapy, Dr. Santiago Santiago Osorio, the owner, based in San Diego. Vizard Marketing and PR, Vanessa Vizard, the owner, based in Riverside, California. We also have Denise Kamani Designs, Denise Kamani, the owner, in Orange County, California. Snap Productions, Ginger Campbell, the owner, based in LA. Jam West Foods, DBA HMP, Sarah Rumrutten. I hope I got your name correct. I hope so. I didn't get a chance to meet you earlier, but I hope so. Based in LA. Composition Design LLC, Scott Upper, the owner, based in San Diego. Dionysus Creative LLC Inc. From Dionisio Tafoya, the owner, based in San Diego as well. And Access Track, Kelly Twitchell, the owner and CEO, based in San Diego. And KBHPS Inc., Yuban Chang, CFO, based in LA. So as you see, we have a full slate of companies tonight ready to pitch. They're itching and waiting, chomping at the bit to get going. And we do have a special message from our Clydesdale program. Our Clydesdale program is a youth entrepreneurship program that we developed to celebrate fifth and sixth graders who have an interest in entrepreneurship and getting them introduced to not just the idea of it, but business basics, what the concepts are, who the business community is in their own regions. And so we partner with schools and after-school organizations to go through a module that teaches them vocabulary words related to business terms, small business growth and entrepreneurship, and financial education using popular music. So all the songs they hear on the radio, taking those words and those games and putting it all together. So they say, oh, that business I know. I know what insurance means. I know what liability means. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope that feel free to introduce any other schools or after-school programs to the program too. We'd love to support them. So we do have a little video from our current school at the Monarch Academy in San Diego. They're going through our cohort right now, and I'll let our team pull it on up.
22 Southern California Challenge. Good evening, my name is Devon, and welcome to the 2022 Southern California Challenge program.
My name is Angel, and we are with the Monarch School in San Diego, and we recently had the opportunity to go through Clydesdale program through Founders First and Run to Reasons.
The Clydesdale program helps us learn about internship and business basics through vocabulary and great music.
We are learning so much and having fun, and hope to be successful business owners like yourself.
We're sorry we can't join you all tonight, but we wanted to send you our congrats.
Congratulations on all your hard work and good luck tonight and on your pictures.
All right, good.
Congratulations.
Aren't they cute? They couldn't be with us tonight, but we're so glad they were able to share their congrats and their good wishes with all of you tonight. So without further ado, we are going to get started with the meat and potatoes. And so for our first pitch company that is coming up, we have Dr. Ramini of Think Healthy Inc., the owner based in LA. BAXU Performance Apparels and Embedded Sensor Technology combines fashion, technology, and physical performance for better game performance in sports and daily life. The BAXU adjustable biotension bands feature an upper and lower body optimized joint alignment in shoulder and back and hips, affecting alignment, muscle power, and joint mobility for higher performances. So welcome to the stage, Dr. Ramina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I've been in practice for 27 years. I lecture on a regular basis. Every time I step on the stage, my heart is pounding. It never stops. Okay. Tell me when I'm ready. Good to go. My name is Dr. Romina Gassemi. I am a chiropractor by profession, and I'm an entrepreneur by passion. My company is called Think Healthy, and my product and brand is called BAXU Posture Performance Wearables. It is an AI activewear that not only improves your body alignment, but increases power and reduces rate of injury. So my team, I have an amazing team of experienced people who are ex-athletes, My CTO has done wearables, have been in Dragon's Den for a couple of times. He has 30 years of experience. My fashion designer has been on the team for 20 years. I have built 3 clinics from scratch, and I've exited them out. I have 3 patents, and this is my 4th passion, which is reaching out outside my clinic, being able to help people globally. And this is my product. Now, how many of you know that you have a posture problem? Just raise your hand. How many of you know of somebody who has a posture problem? How many of you have kids who have posture problem? You see them slouching. And how many of you have given up on your favorite sport or for your favorite activity because of injury? You see, misalignment in the body creates poor performance. Poor performance can lead into risk of injury and missed strikes. In golf is one of the only sports that specifically focuses on the biomechanics of the body. It does not discriminate by height, weight, or body percentage fat. It's about the position. There are 66 million golfers worldwide. The common denominator between worldwide golfers is they have body aches and pains, and they're prone to injury. And that is not just golfers, it's actually athletes. It's actually our recreational athletes. This leads into a $100 billion cost every year to our community. But not everybody, if I could go to the next one. Current problems that we're trying to solve is we get trainers, we get coaches, we get apps, but not everybody has the luxury of time and money to be able to have the trainers and be able to get the coaches, right? But everybody has time to put a shirt on and pants. So what if your shirt and pants could be your coach, could be your trainer? You wanna know how? Let's go find out. Can I have the video, please? I made this just for you.
I'm Bob Parsons, founder and CEO of PXG. I went nuts as slush prices.
Golfing is all about the perfect swing. And in that crucial moment, improper positioning and posture can make the difference between a hole-in-one and a shank. Backsue is a posture-correcting garment that uses state-of-the-art sensor technology integrated into a precisely designed outfit. Worn in practice or on the green under your regular golfing clothes, this wearable technology can improve your swing dramatically. The biotension straps on the shoulders, back and hips can be self-adjusted to meet your needs, taller, straighter, stronger, customized to your preferences. The sensors incorporated into the lining will track your posture, position, motion, and track all of these statistics over time. The sensors also activate in real time via Bluetooth or through the visual display interface on the Backsue app to help you make the adjustments you need and want during your game or while training. Your body and game performance data are delivered to you via the app. You can review and share with friends or coaches across the world. Backsue simply backs you to reach your highest performance level.
Hi, my name is Dr. Romina Gassemi. Thank you. This is our product. It comes in tank tops, it comes in shorts. It works on 4 parts of your body. It realigns your shoulders into proper position, stabilizes your back, stabilizes your pelvis and your hips. It's a full body suit that reduces the cost of injury in sports, work-related injuries, and healthcare. So this product is currently going to market. Can I have the next one? Currently going to market as golf. We strategically chose golf because it's an average golfer spends about $5,000 to $50,000 a year just to have an edge on their friends, right? That was the path of least resistance to the elites of the athlete. Hence, the company chose to go to golf first. If you look at that, sports compression garments has had a huge rise to reduce injury. Golf has reduced during pandemic, during the time. So 40%, America controls 40% of the market of golfers. An average golfer, this 40%, 60% of them spend money on clothing. If we could go to the next one, please. How do we go to market? We offer consumers 2 choices. Activewear, whether you're a golfer or not, whether you're a mom, whether you're a health ergonomist that you don't want your employees to be injured, we offer the model. If we control 1% of the 24 million golfers in US, we are able to reach our revenues that we need to have. On top of that, should anybody like to know, where did my swing go wrong? We have the sensor technology that measures the body in forward, backward, side to side, and rotation. This foundation allows us to go into other markets such as healthcare. If I could have the next one. There are other products, other apps, but we try to keep it within the range of the consumer. However, not all of them offer correction, protection, training, all combined together. The next one is, this is how we go. We're expecting to be at a luxury of go to market or go to IPO. And that was the next one. We're trying to seek $1 million in order to give us the 12-month runway. Our projection is if we sell 2,500 units, we should be able to go to profit. How are we going to do that? Currently, we have a Facebook group of about 4,000 people. We're running a crowdfunding campaign next week, starting 2 weeks, starting April 15th. Next week, I will be at the LPGA event at the Wilshire Country Club, where we will be launching the product to 7,000 to 5,000 people who are going to be attending, pre-selling the product in order to have the money. I will tell you, I have a story. I am an immigrant. English is my second language. I came to America as an arranged marriage. I was physically abused, and I have today the courage to talk about it. Subconsciously, I stand taller, and I provide products that people can stand taller, be stronger, and don't care about what is going on, because there is a support. If you fake it, if you physiologically change your body, your mind changes. 2 out of 3 people with mental health disorder have a chronic history of muscle ache. Let's put them back into proper health, put them into position so they can have a better life. I'm still beating.
I know. 5 minutes went by so fast.
Sorry.
Great job. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I need to walk taller and straighter.
Yeah. You should see like
Great.
family photos.
Yes, yes.
Oh, here she comes.
Well, now's the time for the judges. You've heard her wonderful pitch. Now it's time for you to ask all of your questions. You have about 5 minutes to ask questions, deliberate, and put your scores in as well. And so I'm going to come down there so I can pass the mic between you two. So anyone who has the first question for Dr. Rami. Right there.
Hello, doctor.
Hello, sir.
Thank you for your presentation
Thank you.
and for what you shared. With regard to your product and your competition, could you share, you have a great team that you've assembled, you have projections. What would you say is what sets you apart from your competition? Is it technology? Is it your experience? Where is the biggest value add for the consumer?
The biggest value is in the ability to adjust, the user to adjust their own posture, their own body mechanics. My posture, your body, everybody's body is different depending on their time, what they do throughout the day and their underlying problem. So what makes our technology different is, our product different is we offer a product that offers correction. Everybody gives you data. Look at your phone. How many apps do you have? You get a lot of data. Well, what's it going to do for you? If you come to me and I look at your MRI and I give you a giant long diagnosis, at the end of the day, you just want to know, what are you going to do for me? So what this garment apparel does, this activewear increases performance by aligning the body. Once you align the body, the metrics through the sensors track and show you how well you have improved. So it's more of a motivational. But at the same time, it becomes a training tool. So in a golf swing, there are 5 steps. You know you goofed up because you missed it, or you went in the wrong direction. But which part of this swing did I make a mistake? And next, which part of the baseball pitch did I make a mistake? Where did my shoulder go wrong? Which part of a tennis serve? And then in corporate wellness, in manufacturing and logistics, how many times did I bend and twist in order to find out that my back hurt? Why is a company spending billions of dollars on gadgets when it's the human being that needs to be taken care of? That was a very long answer, wasn't it? Sorry.
Wonderful presentation.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
I just have a quick question. So as you yourself pointed out, everyone, all of us, at least know someone with posture issues, or we ourselves have one. So why go with golfers first and not just go straight to the vast majority of people? Is it just a cost, because
Multiple
of that data, or
factors.
something else?
Multiple factors. As a startup, all the investors I know are golfers. So I thought if I could relate to them, touch their heart, touch their personal demand, it would be a good avenue. Second is golf. We studied the spending habits of other athletes. And we realized that other athletes are not spending as much as golfers do. So it was a very strategic business decision to go towards golfers. And the mean average age is about 45, plus or minus 15, which most of them have aches and pains. So we offer the consumer exchange in abundance. By purchasing the product, not only their posture improves and their performance improves, but we actually reduce their pain.
Doctor, thank you again for the presentation.
Thank
It's
you.
very well put
Thank you,
together,
thank you,
so I
thank you.
appreciate that. Quick question for you in similar realm. If you're awarded the money, how would that go towards scaling the business into other realms other than golf and helping other challenge posture positions?
Our fastest going to market would be golf because it allows us to have access to the elites of all the other sports. Once we're going to use the funding for inventory and completing the app, as I mentioned. The foundation of our app is very much like writing an essay. The beginning to and the end is the same. The body is different. The story is different. In every pitching, swinging, throwing activity, it's the motion of the body is very similar. So the only thing the coders have to do is to recode and reprogram the metrics that are relevant to baseball, tennis, and rugby, football. So those are the next sports that we'll be going to. Our next strategically decision is going to be tennis, because that's the second part where people will spend a lot of money on their sport. So therefore, the price of the product would not be an issue, neither the SaaS model or the subscription model of this product. This sensor technology, where you learn where your problem is, it costs the same as 2 boxes of golf balls where most people lose. Did I answer your question?
Yep.
Did I answer your question? Yes, thank you.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Oh, and if you want to try it on, it's available.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great
Thank you,
presentation.
thank you, thank you.
Okay, let's keep this party going. Next up, we have KBHPS Inc. with Yuban Chang, the CFO based in LA. KBPHPS Inc., the fabric sublimation printing company, prints for the garment and the promotional industries. With 30 years of experience, customers rely on their ability to tackle common dye sublimation problems, as well as matching color, sand, minimizing crease lines, and their premium ink and paper prints in rich and vibrant colors. So welcome, welcome. Yuban, the floor is yours. Want this to work? There you go.
Hi, I'm awfully nervous, so bear with me. My name is Yabin Chang with KBHPS. We are a dye sublimation and screen printer for the garment industry and the promotional market. Our company is currently striving to become a 100% sustainable printing, not only just printing, but cotton sublimation printing facility by 2026. As it happens, the fashion industry is the second most largest source of pollution in the world. In 2019, 52% of polyester fabric was used just in US to create garments. 52%, that's a lot. And the polyester was used, it's widely used because the sublimation is only possible on polyester material. And sublimation printing method is the easiest way to print on garment in today's technology. Our customers who are conscious with the environment, Emrina, for example, uses fabric that is 100% polyester on one side and 100% cotton on the other side, so that the degradation is helped that way. However, the best way to contribute to the sustainability is to use 100% natural fabric. And what we did at our company was develop and patent a printing process that utilizes the dye sublimation and screen printing process to screen coat the binder that we created and heat cure and heat transfer the image on a digitally printed out paper. Within that process could be done in less than 10 minutes. I want to say 5 minutes, but less than 10 minutes. These are some of the examples of sublimation printing done on 100% white cotton material, discharge on black cotton, and they are all 100%. Indigo dye discharge on denim material. Our two customers, Cotton Promo and Emrina, attended trade shows in 2019 all throughout the year, and they received phenomenal response from the attendees. With a partner company who where we built a 100% automatic hybrid printing system. And when the pandemic hit, both our companies, the partner and our company, we couldn't continue with that. And so we pivoted, made the best of it. Rams, towels is where I broke my wrist. We were doing 80,000, 90,000, and that's how we pivoted. And by December of 2021, we maxed out our capacity, and currently, this month, we are moving into a larger facility where we are increasing our capacity by 500%. Just the sublimation industry alone is at 8.6 billion, which is to grow to 15.3 billion by 2026. And because there's no major players in the US with a market share greater than 5%, if we made even fraction of 1%, we are certain to reach our 5 million projection goal by 2025. We finished our 2021 at 334,000. We are expected to reach 1.3 million this year. We closed our first quarter at 110,000. We have two major customers waiting for our facility to handle more capacity, and they will be joining us end of April. We are seeking $700,000 in order to hire salespeople, graphic designers, and drivers, and also build e-commerce website for the B2C market, purchase electric vans, most importantly, attend trade shows so that we can cut the middle agencies so that we could reach our customers directly. All in all, we wish to educate and make an impact in the garment printing industry so that we are able to introduce our sustainable printing method. Thank you. I did it. Thank you.
I learned so much during these pitch competitions. I tell you, like, goodness. Question time, judges. You have about 5 minutes. I'll move out of your way. So ask your questions.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. I do have a couple questions. in order for you to accommodate the growth, how many more presses would you need? And then the follow-up to that would be, would that require you to then have a larger facility?
So we are currently in the process of moving into a larger facility. We already have all the heat presses that were in the storage, so we're taking them all out. We already had the screen printing presses machines also, so we're putting them out. We don't need to buy any more equipment at the given time.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you so much for that very informative presentation. I feel like I learned so much about your industry. My question, and my apologies if I missed this, it's a two-part question. How many staff do you have right now, and how are you, I see that you're planning on growing your team. By how many more jobs are you hoping to create?
So currently we have 3 full-time employees in the warehouse. I myself took on maybe 10 person's job. My partner took on the other 20 person's job. So right now we are a 5-man company.
And how many more jobs are you hoping to create?
We hope to hire 2 more designers, graphic designers, 2 drivers, and 2 sales and marketing staff.
Thank you again. Great presentation. Glad your arm is healing.
Yes.
2 questions. You talked about 1.3 million is your expected gross sales. What do you anticipate your net income to be?
Our net income is at around 56%.
Of that number?
Of that number.
Okay. And with regard to your costs, how expensive is it to produce your patent and to apply? Is for your break even, I guess that's where I'm going. What is your break even in terms of turning a profit and managing your costs?
For manufacturing the cotton sublimation?
Yes.
We actually manufacture it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have a facility where we can do the manufacturing. So it really, the cost would be maybe 20%.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, so I give to me.
Okay, next up, we have Composition Design LLC with Scott Upper, based in San Diego. Composition Design is a commercial interior design and purchasing service. Since 2016, they've been serving multifamily communities and RV resorts. They specialize in common areas, offices, model units, vacation rentals, and corporate apartments. Their primary aim is to elevate physical spaces by providing meaningful aesthetics and environmentally sounding purchasing solutions. So welcome, welcome, Composition Design.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Scott. I'm the founder of Composition Design. We're a network of design and purchasing professionals with a primary aim of elevating community common areas. We've been around since 2016. This is one of our projects up in Santa Rosa. So here's the problem. We have neglected common areas and lack of on-site resources across all of our vertical markets, which include multifamily, RV resorts, vacation rentals, and build-to-rent communities. Here's a few examples of some of the projects that we worked on. That's a multifamily lobby, a vacation rental, and RV resort lodge before we got our hands on it. The solution, design and purchasing that promotes 3 things: efficiency, meaningful aesthetics, and environmental conservation. 2016, here's the origin story. I was working as a furniture rental representative in the Bay Area, representing a San Diego company. So I got to know the landscape, the developers, the property management companies, and one of those managers who was in charge of a few different buildings wanted to do something that was beyond the scope of the company that I represented. So I went to City Hall the next day, showed up, and started buying for them. They only rented furniture. They needed to buy permanent fixtures for their capital renovations. We have lots of testimonials from our property managers that we worked for. This is a couple more projects that we worked on. I'm going to tell you a little story right now about one of the clients. So in 2019, we had gone into this beautiful community that Stanford owns up in Los Altos, and we rendered the designs by hand, did all the layouts, suggested a lot of different furnishings. We touched every part of that community. When the pandemic restrictions happened, I kind of buried myself in developing an infrastructure for the company to allow it to scale. So then in 2021, the regional manager appears and say, hey, Scott, we need to spend $100,000 stat at this community. So we had to kind of, go back and get all of our designs out. And it was go time. So we've been servicing this building ever since. I'm actually flying up tomorrow to finish pounding the last nail, take some pictures, and then it's a wrap. So Justin is one of many of our advisors that was created over 20 years in California, Southern and Northern California, in property management. I worked in furniture rental for most of my adult life. Each of these is associated with a portfolio of communities. Some of them are regional, some of them are nationwide. So we've done a little analysis on the apartments. You can see them everywhere with the fancy names popping up everywhere, and RV resorts as well. So we are literally on the cusp of becoming a national brand. All I need to do is take this project and leverage it outward. Our go-to-market strategy is a centralized outreach combined with room scanning that does 2D, 3D layouts. We take no risk retainers based on project size, and then we collaborate remotely. Our secret sauce is the ability to address an asset's changing needs over time through these 2D, 3D cloud-based renderings. There are so many partnerships, referral partners, resource partners, channel distribution partners, and solution partners. Our competition grid is based on B2C versus B2C, B2B, and catalog versus consulting. Some of the more traditional, larger companies are Court and HD Supply. Our competitors have mainly been in the B2B regional interior design region, in that quadrant over there. So we also have a competition table that kind of goes over all those companies in the grid and talks about the different features that they offer. So our team consists of a bookkeeping company. We have a digital media company that's about to release a website for us, a new website. We have Allison Surowitz that does our log, keeps us on target, and a team of the most passionate, creative people that I've ever met. Our revenue streams are design consulting, product and service markup, digital affiliate sales, and partner referrals. And we just added solar electric consulting for vehicles that exist on the properties that need to be converted for property tours and security, things like that. So our gross revenue from the past is between 100 and 200,000 with gross margins between 33 and 64%. And our projections after this new scaling infrastructure, I'm just taking the Colonnade example here and doubling it and tripling it. 3, 6, 9 projects later, we're at 1.8 million. So the ask is 1 million for a 3-year term with an ROI of 5%. We will use that money for land, sales, advertising, and a delivery vehicle. Thank you very much. We are Composition Design. Elevate the space.
Great job. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, judges, now it's your time to ask all those burning questions you have. Who wants first? All right.
Hey, Scott, thank you. Interior design, I love that. Costs, supply chain disruption, as you're scaling and things are more expensive, how have you been able to plan for that to scale with everything being so expensive?
Well, we have, we're doing a lot of digital consulting. There's been a few different players in the market in the B2C digital interior design consulting market, Havenly, Modsy, to name a couple. So our model basically is online consulting with an option to purchase the products. So they understand, our clients and our buildings understand that the cost of everything raised, they understand the challenges. So there's an option basically.
So I'm sure anyone who has purchased furniture recently understands the delays involved in getting furniture. How are you being able to stay competitive when you have, Amazon and Wayfair who have their massive warehouses all around the country who are able to dispatch furniture to people pretty quickly? Has that been an issue for you?
Yes, absolutely. There's insane lead times for one-off pieces. We do have industry wholesale connections with some companies that we can still buy deep with. And we also have spent the last year creating a database of regional suppliers that do refurbishing, refinishing. I mean, we're preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. So we have tons of suppliers ready to go, ready to serve local communities. Yeah.
Hello, Scott. This is Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hi. My question for you is, I'm looking at the timeline as far as when you started your business in 2016, and then you formed the LLC in 2019, and then we all experienced a pandemic, right? But during that time, you did not allow that to stop you from pivoting your business. Can you share with us how you managed during that time, and how you prevail?
During the pandemic year?
Yeah.
So that's an amazing story, actually. When Colonnade, the project I was talking about, went dark, and I started reframing the business, I had a client, a regional manager that appeared with Equity Lifestyles, and that's a very large network of RV resorts nationwide. It's kind of like a KOA. They own land everywhere. So he just said, get your hiking boots on. We need your expertise of these buildings out at our RV resorts. So I started working on projects in Yosemite and up where in Lotus and Coloma, kind of redesigning their common areas. So we opened up a vertical during that year, and I was kind of, very socially distant, like out in the middle of nowhere, basically. With access to the yurts and the cabins and things like that. So that's what kept us busy that year, kept the revenue coming in.
Great job,
All right, thank you.
Great, thank you. Isn't it awesome to see all these businesses that have just been resilient and just growing and shining throughout the pandemic? And I love all of your questions. Great. Okay, we're going to keep this going. Next up, we have Vizard Marketing and PR with Vanessa Vizard. The owner, based in Riverside, California, Vizard Marketing and PR develops highly effective marketing and public relations strategies for their clients to engage the public, influence consumer behavior and interest. They represent clients in the private and public sectors who share a common vision, growth, innovation, and success. Welcome. 5 minutes is yours.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Vanessa Vizard, CEO and founder of Vizard Marketing and PR, your premier marketing and PR solution. So we live in a generation today where consumers are completely inundated with mass media, advertisements, and content. That's creating a need for a marketing agency like Vizard Marketing and PR to come in and help brand their business, to tell their stories in creative yet effective ways, and to reach new audiences. We work with a lot of organizations that oftentimes don't have a marketing representative, maybe a marketing department, or when they do, they don't have the bandwidth to grow their organizations. And so that's where we come in. Vizard Marketing and PR was founded in 2012. We became full service in 2019. And we strive in creating marketing campaigns that matter, particularly for healthcare organizations, nonprofits, and government agencies. So here are some of our campaign samples, anywhere from outdoor ad campaigns to website development to logo creations. The marketing industry globally is a $766 billion industry as far as ad spend. In revenue in 2021, the industry generated over 242 globally. On a local scale, ad agencies in the Inland Empire are generating around 3 million on average. We're generating about 10% of that currently. My goal by 2024 is to get to 40% at 1.2 million. So part of our strategy is we focus on, again, three sectors, the nonprofit sector, the government sector, and healthcare executives. We do have several partnerships. We work with a lot of business development consultants who provide us with referrals. We also work with national media companies and their sales reps who provide us leads for their clients who that they can accommodate. So maybe they need a PR campaign or an email campaign. We also work with production companies. Some of our marketing channels, our biggest driver for business is referrals. We also do a lot of advertising. Our networking events produce a lot of leads for us, as well as we're listed on all procurement platforms locally and at the state level, PR, speaking engagements, and then we do some direct marketing when we need to drum up some clients. So our marketing process for B2B typically averages 6 months from the time we meet somebody if it's a cold lead, but that can go to 15 to 30 days if it's a hot lead and they need an immediate, service. Like for example, we just referred American Lung Association. Within 2 weeks, we closed that. We're building out a website for one of their projects. Our customer acquisition usually ranges between $250 to $350. And so how we compete by providing excellent service, attention to detail at a bit of a lower cost than some of our local competitors. We pride ourselves in 100% client satisfaction. We really strive to listen to our clients' needs and are very conscientious of how we spend their marketing dollars. It's not just another client to us. So we do cater to them. And we stay true to our core values. So our team is myself, CEO and founder. I have a part-time employee, Amani, our graphic designer, Shannon, and web developer, James, our accountant, Julia Padilla, she provides PTAC assistance for us on procurement accounts. Mike does some outside sales for us, and then Chris is a new consultant that'll help with our government contracts. So again, we provide ourselves with exceptional quality service and reliability to our clients. We offer all-inclusive marketing services, but our biggest drivers are brand and creative, website development, strategic communications, as well as advertising, and of course, an array of other services for our clients. So our fees vary depending on the service. A business card, we can charge anywhere from $125 to create a design, but a website, we may charge anywhere from $7,500 to $12,500, depending on the scope of the project. And our retainers start at $2,500 a month. We have 4 revenue streams: our service fees for retainer projects, one-time project fees for like design projects, maintenance fees. So when we do create a website for them, we provide the maintenance and updates to that. Subscription fees, we have a suite of marketing products that our clients can subscribe to and manage on their own if they don't want us to manage it for them. Our cost structure, so most services, we have a profit of about 50 to 60%. On our media buys, it's 15%, which is standard for the industry. And on our print, direct mail, and promo items, it's 20 to 30%. Margin. We do offer our nonprofits a discount between 10 to 20%, depending on the product. So our financials, in 2021, we grew by 300% year over year. 2020 was our worst year, so due to COVID. But we also, because we switched from, I was an entrepreneur, sole proprietor for many years and just doing consulting, switched to full service in 2019. And then we started focusing on really just expanding larger projects, government procurement. I am proud to say we landed our first state contract last year, and we're continuing on that growth trend of applying for government RFPs and the scope of between 200,000 and 750,000. And we are projecting to reach 300,000 this year. My goal, again, is to get to 1.2 million, about 200% growth each year. So we're asking for an investment of $85,000, being realistic with where we are now. And that will help us to fund for some marketing, but as well as our staff. So I would like to bring on our contractor designer as a full-time employee and our part-time employee as a full-time employee. That'll allow for a lot of increased production, which will allow for growth. And that'll allow us to reach our growth goals. And so I thank you for your time and hope that you will consider investing in our agency. And you can stay in touch with us as well.
Judges, who wants first? Oh, great. All right, over here.
Hi there, wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. So just a quick question, other than quality work, which I'm sure is what you deliver, what exactly makes your ad agency different from others? Is it specifically those 3 verticals that you work with? And if so, does that mean that you won't be expanding into other verticals?
We stay within our niches, which allows us to provide better outcomes, comprehensive knowledge, because those are the spaces that we're comfortable with and that we have that expertise in. I come from a nonprofit background. I started when my business in, one of my first clients was in healthcare, and I really didn't know much about it, but I know marketing, and so we dove in. And that's been a lot of my journey is, right, just kind of, we research and we take a very high level of quality to make sure we're maximizing. So that is our competitive advantage. And we do offer a bit of a lower cost compared to some of our local competitors. We do want to expand into other verticals. We do want to, and I have had some, because we used to serve all clients when I first started, and then we niched down to really be more effective. But I want to be able to serve law firms going forward. We've worked with 1 or 2 in the past, and also expand further into the real estate space. We work with a lot of like health insurance brokers. Real estate agents are kind of a similar industry in the way that they operate as far as the brokerage firms. And so those are the 2 spaces that once we can increase staffing, then I can focus on other verticals.
Hey, Vanessa, thank you for the presentation. Really, really great. Quick question for you on that is, what kind of reporting is there in place to show a business paying you for the marketing services you provide a success rate or a run rate that shows that it's working as opposed to not working? And how do you pivot from that?
Yeah, so we have a CRM system. We run a snapshot report, so digital analytics. So we also, for our websites, we use Google Analytics. When we partner with, so like our digital campaigns, we partner with iHeart, we partner with Odyssey, and then there's a CRM platform as well that can run those analytics to say, this is, we're constantly optimizing. So we look at those reports. When we first launch a campaign, we're looking at them weekly. And then we scale back once we start seeing, that they're producing the right results. Facebook ads, same thing. So we're always looking at those analytics to make sure that those campaigns are effective. Mm-hmm.
Hi there. Thank you very much. Great. I love the materials. Very sharp. So I have a cash flow question. So for nonprofits, how much do they make up of your target audience for your 3 verticals?
I would say they're probably in the 40% range for sure.
So with nonprofits, they have restricted funds. They are always waiting to get paid. And if you're giving discounts to nonprofits, that could create a cash flow issue. So let's say worst case scenario, you have 40% of your clients are nonprofits. They're waiting to pay you and they're good for it. It's just taking time. You have expenses. What plans are in place in terms of your operations to compensate for that potential lag in cash flow?
So we actually saw the greatest lag when we got our state contract on the nonprofit side. So we try to work with larger nonprofits, more established nonprofits. We do work with smaller nonprofits because they have a need, but a lot of times that's like brand and creative. Typically, we have a contract in place. We make sure that before we start the project, they have a first payment due. We may have a second, if it's like a project-based, a payment due in 30 days. So we are very adamant about making sure that we collect. So far, we haven't had that problem, thankfully. I will say that the only time we had kind of a cash flow issue was when we did the state contract. But yeah, I mean, just making sure that we have the contract in place and that they know what the cost is when those deadlines are due. Fortunately, with nonprofits, they also write grants. So a lot of them get grant funding and they're like, we got a grant. They usually come to us after. We got funding. We want to do this project. And then we launch it for them. Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful job. Okay, I hope everyone has been taking notes. I see plenty of businesses that we could use their services, reach out to them, follow up, share. So I hope you guys are taking notes here. Next up, we're going to keep this thing going. Our next company is Snap Productions with Ginger Campbell, President and CEO. Snap Productions is an integrated communications company that helps companies elevate awareness of their product and services through memorable live and virtual event production and compelling public relations, marketing, branding, and outreach strategies. Welcome, welcome. Come on up.
Thank you. Is my mic on? Oh, is my mic on? Can you all hear me? Is this mic on? Oh, really? Just gotta show you. Hi, everybody. So if you have no clients and nobody knows about you, that means you have no business and you are not making any money. We solved that problem. Now, how does that work? Okay. I'm Ginger Campbell, President and CEO of Snap Productions. Snap takes people from being unknown to legendary. We create elevated and impactful experiences through live and virtual events, like all the things she just said. We've been in business since 1992, and we like working with companies that give back, that educate, enhance, and empower the audiences that they serve. Our mission is to make small businesses large and to make large businesses more profitable. We want to be one of the top leading companies to do this in LA. One of the issues that I see all the time is that companies need brand exposure and promotion, but they don't know how to do it. They try to do it themselves and they don't do a good job. They have a staff that is inexperienced or overburdened, or they hire a bunch of firms to do one thing, like one to do PR, one to do marketing, one to do events. It doesn't really work. So that's where we come in. We have big ideas, a big vision, and we get big results. We provide experiences to smaller businesses that normally are reserved for those that are inconsistent. We save them money from having to go to various agencies, and we have the resources to meet and exceed their needs. Basically, our services allow them to focus on what they do best while we do what we do best, which is sweat the small stuff so they don't have to. So the market size for events is about 95.3 billion, and PR is 11.3 billion. The events industry is expected to grow by 13% in the next 6 years. The best thing about producing events and doing PR is that you can do it from anywhere and you can make it happen anywhere. All you need is a telephone, a computer, and then of course, skills and resources, which we have. Both of these markets were really disturbed during the pandemic, the social unrest and the economic downturn, but the availability of virtual tools really made them work and it made them grow. So right now, our client base is essentially African-American businesses and nonprofits who want to heighten awareness about their service and products. 99% of our business comes from word of mouth, past clients, and referrals. But we are known. We were just one of the suppliers for the Super Bowl, so people do know who we are. The markets that we want to go into as part of our growth strategy are government contracting, small and medium-sized tech companies, entertainment, and women's health and wellness, which is a $600 billion industry. So to do that, we're working with LinkedIn experts, we're working with social media advertisers, and governmental contracting facilitation agencies, among others. So our sales cycle is pretty fast when it's referred. You know, we pretty much get it and we hit it and do it. But when we're cultivating a relationship, it takes time to build the trust, but we do it. In terms of our competition, did I miss a slide? Oh, I missed something. Anyway, so our competition is local here, and we'll see, we pretty much fit right in the middle. We provide more services than our competition, but our costs tend to be, or our prices seem to be in line. In terms of team, you're looking at her. I do it all, but when the budget allows, I do work with independent contractors. So pretty much our revenue streams consist of project fees and monthly retainers. We're looking to solidify that through adding government contracts, online courses to the mix, which will help us grow. In terms of financials, we had a dip last year, but I'm anticipating revenues of 150,000 this year, 250 next year, and 500,000 by 2024. I ask 125,000 because I need 2 part-time assistants, one to help with production and the other to help with marketing. Imagine if I've been in business for 29 years and I did all this stuff by myself, like the LA Marathon, just think of what I can do with help. So I'm budgeting extra money for them for equipment. You can kind of see the allocation of resources there. So in sum, more visibility plus establishing credibility equals sales and profit. That's a simple equation. That's what we do. Snap already has 29 years of experience, and we're looking to do more without compromising our values and our services. We get audiences interested in a Snap.
Oh, great job. Stay there, stay there.
I was done. I'm like,
I know she's ready to
waiting all
get
week
out
to
of here
do
in a
this.
snap.
I'm
All right,
tired.
judges.
Hi there, fantastic presentation. I love your energy.
Oh,
You can really
thank
tell
you.
that you're passionate about what you do, which is so important.
Thank you.
So you said you've been around since 92?
Yes, forever.
Then-
but I haven't aged a day.
Not at all. I can confirm that. But my question is, so what has been the biggest obstacle to really growing your revenue and getting to the point that you want to be in 2025 over the past few years?
Well, I can tell you, I was a single mom. I had to raise a child. And I'm not from here originally. I'm from Chicago. All my family's from Chicago. So it was like I had nobody when it was Grandfather's Day, Father's Day, all those days. I really wanted to be available to her. So it was one of the impediments for me. I had to make money because it's been my only source of revenue, but it was like I couldn't really focus on growth because I was a full-time mom as a single mother.
Thank you so much for the great presentation.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know you are the one-woman show.
I am.
But tell us a little bit about how you're going to be able to scale by just adding 2 part-time employees. I know it takes a village, and if you're the one woman, what happens on the days where you can't be there or you can't do it?
Well, see, that's the reason for the people, because it happens. Like here, I couldn't do work today because I'm here, right? So I'm hoping. My intention is to get two people that can do one that's kind of like a half ginger, and then another one that's kind of like a half ginger, right? And that can at least kind of keep the things rolling. I don't think it's that hard. The problem is so much of what I do is even administrative, but it just takes time. So I don't expect that the scaling is going to be the issue. I think that just training them to understand how I work and what my vibe is. I think more so than anything, that's going to be more of a, that's going to take a little time. But I figure if I start slow and really cultivate and put the time into these people, then I'll know, do I have the right people or I don't? And I think it'll be easier for me to scale because I'll have more experience. I don't know if that's a good answer, but that's the only answer I have.
All right, thank you so much.
Ginger, thank you so much again. Very, very good presentation. You've been involved in some major projects there. You're letting us know about that. How do you leverage that into scaling? Because not everybody can say that, and you did. So how do you use that to scale from that? Because that's pretty powerful.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
So, not everybody can say they were part of the Super Bowl or the LA Marathon. So those names can attract. How do you use that?
Oh, okay. Well, I use it all the time, just trying to get more business. That's kind of what I've been really fortunate that I've been able to work on some really, really large projects. And so I kind of use that. That's kind of what happens with my word of mouth. That's how my business keeps getting referred, is because people know that I've worked on those projects. So I believe that it will still be kind of the wind beneath my wings to really help me scale and grow, because I can say, honestly, I've done all these really large projects. Anything else? All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Great job. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Isn't it great to see those presentations match the personality? Snap. I just want to go. Love that. Okay, we are halfway through the night of our wonderful companies that are pitching tonight. So while we have a few seconds, if you want, take the moment to stand, stretch your arms a little bit. If I didn't learn anything from the first presentation, get your posture together, strengthen that up. All right. Okay, now, next up, we have our next stellar company. That is Dionysus Creative LLC, Inc. Dionisio Tafoya is the owner based in San Diego, and the creative company, Los Angeles, sorry. It's a creative media and strategic services company that focuses on digital immersive development. Their company was established in the entertainment industry and provides design, fabrication, show management, and logistical services to media environments, and has grown to provide digital development of media platforms across multiple disciplines, including education, industrial, medical, and entertainment. So welcome to the stage. 5 minutes are yours.
Is this thing right?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dionisio Tafoya, company Dionysus Creative LLC, and we are a creative strategic solutions company that specializes in delivering digital immersive experiences. And tonight, we're here seeking $350,000 of capital investment to complete and deploy a comprehensive digital immersive platform and commence our marketing strategy. This will allow us to position to an international market and in a product line that is going to be developing and expanding in the near future. I'd like to tell you a little story of my personal education, imagination, and transformation. It's about my story in the art of storytelling. I grew up here in Southern California in the Inland Empire. And amongst the backdrop of the Hollywood studios and Disneyland and music and everything, I was always absorbing media as a child. And I was looking towards how do I, a young working class Hispanic family, become part of, where do I find my voice? And I found that voice in media. After high school, I became a visual artist. I started working in film and themed entertainment. Throughout the years, I've had a background working as a scenic artist and art director for film, production design, working on various shows throughout my career. And right before the pandemic, we realized that the world was changing and becoming more immersive. We decided to purchase a digital scanning camera, and we started looking into digital technologies and how they were going to affect not only the entertainment industry, but also the real world. So when we bought our digital scanning camera, we noticed in the industry a lot of things were continuing to change. And so we decided to start pivoting our company towards virtual reality and augmented reality solutions. So what we're doing now is we're creating these environments, working in film, but also working in the real world environment. See, what we see as the future is where the entertainment world integrates with the real world. There's a lot of places that are taking on, digital immersive environments, creating virtual spaces and, similar. As you can see here, one of our focuses is going to be creating environments for heritage sites and museums. And we feel that this is going to have implications into education. I'm involved with the California Department of Education. I'm on an advisory board that is developing media arts program. We're also doing internships programs within the company. And what we're doing is we're teaching children how to, involve themselves in the new digital technologies. The growth over the next few years, of course, many people have probably already heard it, but virtual and augmented reality is just going to go through the roof in all kinds of different environments: medical, military, industrial, fabrication, and of course, entertainment. So we're trying to merge these two fields. Some of the unique functions of our platform, specifically for museum and heritage sites, are that we allow places that are typically less inviting because you have a limitation in space. Now you can bring a global audience, and there's monetization opportunities for nonprofit organizations. So our goals here are to raise these funds for these various pipelines that we're doing. And I'll just let you read that over. It's infrastructure growth, our rent utilities core team, and then develop proof of concepts for our pipeline, and of course expand our internal training and educational. And that's the conclusion of my presentation. And I'd invite anybody to, if you have any questions, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, judges, questions. The floor is yours.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Love the personal story part of it as well. So I'm not an industry expert, obviously, so I hope this question doesn't come off as amateurish, but how closely do you think that your company would be competing with companies like Meta? And if so, how are you planning to maintain your competitive edge?
We're actually not in competition with companies like Meta. We're actually integratable into situations like Meta and Multiverse and Infiniverse, because our platform is creating content that would go into that environment. We've already started doing proof of concepts for them. We've brought in several. There's multiple different ways that we build projects. So we've established ourselves in that market already, and there's just various pipelines that you can go down. There's all kinds of different channels, and so it just depends on. Meta has a commercial aspect to it, and then it has the entertainment value. So it depends on which way you break in. I hope that answered somewhat.
Thank you very much. Great presentation.
Thank you.
I can see you love media, film.
Yeah.
I do too. For a profit, right? For your business, as virtual reality is emerging.
Yes.
And people are learning about it, they may or may not be quick to spend money. So the point that you brought up about experiences like the Van Gogh exhibit is immersive, and
Right.
folks are going to see that. So where do you see for your business as the markets to really play in to reach a profit quickly?
Yes. One of the markets that we're really trying to approach is, and we want to get a foothold in, and it's not so much necessarily high profits, but once the platform is created, the museum experiences, because of the fact that when we go in and we can capture, I've actually reached out to the City of Ontario's Art History Museum, and if we can go in and scan that at a low cost, develop the immersive platform and create that a sort of a quote unquote gaming experience. We don't really call it that, but for lack of a better term, I'll call it a gaming experience. If we introduce that to market, it allows them to monetize. When we monetize, it's kind of like a co-partnership. They're getting some money, we're getting a little bit of money off of the admission prices. But now, instead of having 300 people a week, the limitations with COVID, the limitations with the amount of people that can actually make it into a building, now you're opening up to a global market. Now it's a marketing situation. So now these companies can market to a much bigger audience. It helps heritage sites and cultural environments explore your culture here and share that with a greater, world.
Two more.
Hi there. Thank you for this great presentation. So it sounds like you're interested in kind of multiple streams of revenue, which I think sounds great. You mentioned film and I'm particularly interested in the heritage site and museums piece because oftentimes museums will list their full catalogs online. So how will you compete with that when I can, look up the MoMA's catalog?
It's nice that you can look up the MoMA's catalog, but one of the things that's so disappointed is when I do look up catalog experience or even virtual walkthroughs that have already taken place, they're flat. It's not immersive. One of the things that we do that's different is we're creating a digitized experience. So it's immersive, either on a desktop, laptop, or in a VR headset. You're looking at a dimensional space. And so as we start to build our connections with a museum, and we always start with a base level scan. We've done proof of concepts where we've gone in and taken a base scan of a building, but it's a dimensional product. It goes across many platforms. They could use that for archival purposes, but also if they're doing renovations, you could take that digital material and hand it over to an architect, and all the math is there. So what our platform also does is all these items, and then you start talking about things like NFTs, and you're attaching NFTs to particular objects. Now you're creating a really, really hyper, immersive, and like I said, global potentially experience. Yeah, is that kind of all right? Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Great job. Great job. Good. Yeah, I'll take it. All right. I am loving this. Isn't it awesome to see such innovative and creative businesses come through? These are not small businesses. There needs to be another word for small business. I don't know, just phenomenal businesses. This is what they are for sure. Okay, next up, we have another great company coming through. That is Breaking Through San Diego Physical Therapy. Dr. Santiago Osorio. Breaking Through San Diego Physical Therapy was formed to provide the community of San Diego with a blend of high cutting-edge technology, research-based treatments, and one-on-one care for people requiring physical therapy. Dr. Santiago, the floor is yours.
Thank you. It is true, my heart is pounding. All right, how do you work this? Perfect. So we are a friendly practice. Has anybody of you ever been to physical therapy and felt like you got nothing out of it? Sorry for you. So we do focus on the family. We want to be the patient's best advocates by providing the best trained therapists, best one-on-one, enough time to treat the patient, and enough for them good technology that will give them good solutions. So the problem with that is the high price tag that it comes with it. So someone took, most people has at one point ever had I think the research says 11%, but I think it's higher than that. Most people have a heel spur at one point in their lifetimes or plantar fasciitis, and 30% of the people who get referred to somebody like me come because of a tendinopathy. So what do I ask? $52,000, not a lot. You could give me that as a gift, or whatever you want. So shockwave therapy, which is what I'm looking to get to keep my clinic as a cutting-edge technology clinic, is shockwave therapy, and $12,000 for digital marketing for 1 year. I already have in place something to go to doctors, which is my main referral source. So I want to target the market directly. So San Diego has about 3 million people, a little more. In North County, where I'm situated, 1,100,000. And like I said, most of the time I get patients coming from our doctors. And anybody, but I get a lot of them coming from podiatrists, and they come with conditions that they haven't been able to treat anywhere else. So, and the problem is that a lot of these alternative solutions like shockwave therapy, they're not reimbursable by insurance. So my competition, the closest one to us is in La Jolla, is a plastic surgeon just offers it, but he charges $500 a session. And people are going to need about 6 sessions of this to have a good treatment, a good result. The other one is Orange County, $150 a session. So I'm hoping on a plan to do $150 a session in my surrounding area. So this is usually the process. They come, you know the deal. You get a prescription, you go see a therapist, make an appointment, come the same week, the week after, and then you get 6 sessions the next 2 weeks. And what I want to get more of is people directly who have been through this process of going to a therapist, not getting the results they want, come back, and they already know there's something out there, but it's either too far or too expensive to get. This is my team. So it's me, myself, and I, CEO, External Marketing Coordinator, and Clinician. My wife, Tatiana, she's the co-owner, and my advisor, Sam. He's my social media internal marketing coordinator and front desk. And I have Jackie and Laiko from the Philippines helping me as front desk coordinators. So here's the business model that I'm proposing for direct taxes, doctors, and some lawyers. Shockwave therapy is all cash. And currently I'm getting 22 patients. I started in February 2020, right before COVID. Great timing. So it was rough, but then we got through and now we're growing. So here's basically simple math. Right now, if I had a shockwave treatment with 22 new patients, we had 6 sessions, each of them 150. That's in 1 quarter what you would make. They don't have to be administered by a physical therapist. It could be administered by a tech or a physical therapist assistant. And also you can treat other conditions, but just for the purpose of this presentation, I just want to focus on 2 main ones that people are looking for. This is my growth. I've been growing about 70 to 80% since 2021, every quarter. And this is what I'm seeking. This is what I'm offering. I'm offering 15% of everybody who comes looking for a shockwave therapy treatment for the next 5 years with a company that's growing 70 to 80%. Okay? So my name is Dr. Santiago Osorio. I'm a physical therapist and owner of Breaking Through San Diego Physical Therapy. I want to make your lives feel better, live better, and maximize your lives. Any questions?
Okay, don't go anywhere. Judges, the floor is yours. All right, quick hands today.
Hi there. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Forgive me if you already explained this, but how are you able to keep your prices lower than the competition?
Oh, simple. My closest competitor charges $500 a session. And the other one who charges $150, which I'm planning to do, is in Orange County. And I'm in Oceanside. And so whoever lives in that area, closer to than La Jolla, should come to me. Or my competitor can pay $500 for the same type of treatment per session.
So you're saying it's just easy because 500 is just way too high.
It is way too high. Most people don't have $500 to pay per session in Oceanside, California, or North County.
How's your competition in your general area? I understand you're saying between those 2 areas there's not much, but what do you see in the sense of new competitors coming into the industry? And how would you compete against that?
New competitors? Yeah. Well, I'm one of the newest competitors, if not the newest. And they could compete with me, of course they can, but none of my other competitors are doing it. Don't know why. Here's a little, sadly, that's why a lot of people raised their hands when they went to a physical therapy, didn't get a solution. So I have a lot of competitors who have been, I was born in 1985. I have competitors who were established in 1984. They have a great domain of the market. They don't have any of these machines. The reason, because each machine is $40,000. There's no, they just simply say, okay, this old model works. People reimburse for this. Let's go do it. So sadly, they don't invest the money that I wanted to invest in. I used to work at Camp Pendleton as a contractor, working for the military, helping them out. And I could see, and also at Rady's Children's Hospitals. I combined the 2 models. Rady's, they work one-on-one with their patients. In Camp Pendleton, they have access to great funding. So you can, if you could blend in both things, you can achieve great things. So that is my goal. I would not be in business if somebody else was out there taking the money and the effort to bring these 2 things. It is difficult, but If somebody else is doing, nobody else is doing it, which nobody is. So I could pretty much say I'm the only one making the investment.
Doctor, two quick questions. The first is your why. Why do you love what you do?
Why?
Yes, sir.
I love helping people. When I was in undergrad, I was gonna go to med school. I was studying for my MCATs, but I also got hurt, injured my back, and then I physical therapy. They helped me out. So the reason why I decided to go that route and then decided to go physical therapy is because I had the chance of helping somebody and it felt great. So I always wanted to help someone in whichever regard. So that is the thing. And I ended up and I fell in love with this profession. When you do this profession well, it is rewarding, but you have to do it well. You don't go to a mill, or when you see somebody, like a lot of people walk into a physical therapy clinic and they seem like by a physical therapist the first time because by law they have to, but then they say they tag, they say somebody else, and I've seen that too many times and I got tired of it. So I don't think that somebody who's paying a co-payment or co-insurance or maybe out of pocket should be seeing a tech or somebody else if they're not being supervised or right there treated by a physical therapist. It's just not fair.
And thank you for that. And with your revenue, if you're averaging roughly 19.8, you're headed to around 237,000 for the year. What is your personal goal for your business, your annual goal that you're looking to achieve?
When this year?
Yes, for 2022.
Well, growing at this rate, how do I go back? How do I go back? Can I go back? One more. There. So at 80%, 70 or 80%, I am going at 71, but this is if I'm using the numbers that I already achieved. So this is my first business, and I have never been there. And so being very conservative, that's where I'm gonna head. But I mean, getting my current numbers, which I don't have, my bookkeeper hasn't given me yet, it could pretty much go over 100,000. But I just being conservative in this thing.
Okay. Great questions, judges. I love the questions. Keep them coming. Okay, next up, we still have a few more companies left tonight. Kelly Twitchell, the owner and CEO, based in San Diego. Inspired by adaptive surfers and invented by occupational therapists, Access Track empowers people of all physical abilities to easily access outdoor terrain and recreation using their patented portable access mats. So welcome, and the 5 minutes are yours. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for being here. Where do I point? Oh, there it goes. Hey. All right. So I would like for you to all imagine that you are walking along the beach in the Golden State. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And you feel the warm sand beneath your toes, and you hear the waves crashing. Now I want you to imagine that you are not able to walk along the beach simply because you have a disability and you use a wheelchair for mobility now. This is the problem that inspired me to create an assistive technology product because I wanted to solve that for people. So back in 2016, I was an OT student. Is this changing on its own or is somebody changing it? Sorry. I'm not sure. It's like changing on its own now. It has a mind of its own. Sorry, it's a little distracting. Oh, okay.
We're going to give you your time back.
Sorry. Thank you, everyone, for being patient with me. I don't know what was going on there. Okay. So if you could go back. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So back in 2016, I was an occupational therapy student here in California. And I want to introduce you to Jose Martinez. He is a triple amputee and war veteran. And he also happens to be a world parasurfing champion. And I actually personally took this photo of his 9.8 scoring wave back at a competition in December. So Jose is a perfect example of who has inspired me to invent an assistive technology product. Next slide, please. So what is the issue? The issue is that outdoor terrain like sand, grass, gravel, and snow is a barrier to over 75 million people around the world who use a wheelchair on a daily basis. And not only is that a physical barrier to them, but it's also a barrier to their social participation and their recreation, and therefore their mental health. Okay, so this is a huge issue. And when I was a student, I thought, okay, what are the other solutions that are out there? And as you can see here, this is my friend Quinn from San Diego, and she's also an adaptive surfer. This solution of a beach wheelchair is not a great solution. And the reason is because she's not able to independently propel herself, and she is 100% dependent on other people to push her across the beach. And she's a professional athlete. Okay, that's not right. This is a social justice issue and an issue of inclusion. Next slide, please. You click it, yeah, perfect. So within 6 months of me graduating from OT school, I founded Access Tracks as a company. And we empower people of all physical abilities to easily access the outdoor recreation using our innovative, patented portable access mats. Next slide, please. So we have a website. We sell the product. We also rent it as a service. And we typically serve families, parks and recreation, National Park Service, resorts, and adaptive sports nonprofits. And in the rental industry, we also serve weddings and really large or really small outdoor events. And our recent traction includes the Hyatt Regency in Huntington Beach, so we're breaking into the tourism industry. And we also rent to annual events like the Legacy Triathlon. And 9 out of 10 events that rent from us once will rent from us in future events. Next slide, please. Yes, okay. So how do we get our customers? We have a really great process with volunteerism and sponsorships of events because we're able to have our product be right there on the event. Every single person is walking or rolling over it, and it's branded. Each mat is branded so they can see which company produces it. We also have global partnerships, a lot of great referrals, and lead gen this year we're focusing on the medical community, so other occupational and physical therapists who can then refer clients to us. Next slide, please. The competition, quite frankly, is crap. And we're only 2 other companies in the United States that do something similar to what we do. Our product is safer, more cost-effective, and the most user-friendly. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Next slide, please. And then you'll click it one more time and one more time. Thank you. Okay, so our sales record. So we founded in 2018. In 2020, we won the FedEx Small Business Grant Grand Prize. And you can see in the following year, we had almost a 3x jump in growth. And part of that reason is because in 2021, I was able to become full-time with Access Tracks. And I was able to stop my day job as a clinical therapist. In 2022, we're going to reach our sales goal of $250K, partially because hopefully with $1,500 from today's competition, I'll be able to support more lead gen as well as pay for what's called an initial market check with the U.S. Commercial Service. And that helps us look at a different country as we're exporting. And I want to focus on Canada because they're our largest export country to date. Also, we are enrolled in 2 other business accelerators. One is for going global, and the other one is in the tourism industry. So that will all help us this year. Next slide, please. Okay, so I wanted to just highlight the scalability of Parks and Rec alone. This is just one of our industries. The National Park Service and state parks manage over 1,500 areas combined. And with the ADA law, it mandates fair access to public accommodation. So we're able to help them be ADA compliant, and they need our services because there's not a lot of companies out there that do what we do. Okay, next slide, please. Actually, go back one more. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to highlight these photos here. So Access Tracks has served the most visited national park in the entire national park system, and that's the Golden Gate Recreational Area. Thank you. Next slide. And then you'll click it one more time. Thank you. So our North Star is to partner with the 2028 Paralympics, which of course are here in LA. And we're already actively taking steps to ensure partnerships to help us get there. And beyond that, I would love to see the company be acquired by a global wheelchair supply company. Next slide, please. Okay, so I wear all of the hats right now. I run all operations. I'm the CEO, co-founder, co-inventor. And I've graduated over 5 business accelerators. So I love learning. I'm like a sponge, and I feel like I need to learn just enough about each topic to be dangerous. And I think that that has served me really well. My first hire, my first employee also happens to be my amazing husband, and he helps me with operations as well. And this year, Access Tracks was voted in as only one of 5 US ventures in the SheEO program. If you're not familiar with it, it basically allows me to have at least 5 years worth of mentorship, as well as up to $100,000 loan at 0% interest rate. So this is an amazing program. And we have our advisor, MJ Ryan, which is an incredible executive coach. Okay, I'll end on this slide. And the last thing I wanted to mention is, as far as creating jobs, is I'm really passionate about creating local jobs. So we contract out our manufacturing locally in the United States in San Diego. And I plan to expand hiring locally as much as possible. So thank you. I'm ready for your questions.
Okay.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
Great presentation. My question for you here is, I noticed that you received $100,000 in grant funding. Is that correct?
Yeah, so actually to date, we've received just about $100,000 in grant funding from other grants, including the FedEx grant. But the SheEO program is a loan, so I do have to pay that money back. Yes.
Loan for $100,000.
Yes.
How did you utilize those funds, and what role did that play in the expansion of your business this past year?
Yeah, so I haven't received the $100,000 loan yet, but I can speak to the $100,000 grants that I have won since 2019. And with each grant, it was a different dollar amount, but each time that I used it, I purposely looked at what is the impact that this dollar amount can make to help me scale. And so a lot of times I was using it for marketing, because getting the word out and brand awareness was really important, especially in the early stages when I invented a completely new product. So the consumers just didn't quite know what to look for yet. So I had a lot of money on the website as well in SEO, and that has worked really, really well so far. And then, of course, being able to sustain hiring my first employee, so using it towards payroll. Yeah.
Thank you again, and great presentation. With regards to, I just want to clarify, you mentioned you wanted 1,500, right? That's the loan amount, and that's for lead gen. Is that enough?
That is a very great question. So I think I was framing that as the pitch competition tonight is only 1,500. So I certainly would love a lot more as far as getting the ball rolling with a lot more lead gen. But the 1,500 would cover the initial market check for the country of Canada through the US Commercial Service. It would also cover the payroll expenses for hours of lead gen. But as far as like an ask beyond that, if I could speak to that, it's more towards the $50,000 to $70,000 range, because I'm doing product development right now to launch 2 new products in the next year. One of them is something that my government customers have been asking for, something that has a more robust non-slip surface, for example. Literally 2 days ago, the ADA coordinator from the Golden Gate regional area was asking me, hey, have you finished that product development yet? So that 50 to 70 would be amazing for finishing those products, because people are certainly asking for them. Thank you.
One thing about small businesses, they're flexible. You see how she just went with the punches? Just kept going. I love it. Okay, we have two more companies coming up. Next up, we have Denise Kamani Designs with Denise Kamani, the owner, based in Orange County, California. Denise Kamani Designs is a full-service interior design firm based in Southern California that transforms multi-million-dollar residential and commercial properties into timeless, functional, and aesthetically pleasing environments. So next up, Denise Kamani.
Good evening. I'm letting Mana be my command over there. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to present who I am and what I get to do. We are a full-service interior design firm based in Southern California. We do exceptional design with extraordinary service, and we're hopefully making that more affordable to more than just a small niche of clientele. Next slide. We obviously are real. We're not HGTV. But if you can close your eyes with me, what do you picture in your dream home? Your dream vacation? Well, when you open your eyes, we try to make that happen. So imagine if you could afford any amount, any room, or more rooms to transform and make your dreams a reality. Next slide. There have been a dozen to about 15, 16 projects we've done in the last 5 years. These are some before and afters that you can see. They're all local Southern California families. And I've had the luxury to be in the design industry since about 2007. So for about 5 to 6 years, I was doing night school, earning my design degree, as well as working full-time at a firm. So next slide. In my schooling and experience with other firms, why I launched DKD was because I was realizing I was building somebody else's dream. I had a lot of passion and talent. And so my clients were wanting me to do the whole home and not just kitchen and bath, for example. So with my now husband and partner, we were dating at the time. He's also an entrepreneur. He said, "You've got this, babe. Go, let's take it to the next level and we'll run together." So with that help, we launched in 2016. And again, it just was a blessing to see families enjoy transformations happening room by room through their home. So we strive to continue that vision over the next 5 years. We want to grow and become more national across the US, as well as being a multiracial, multi-generational family. We want to take that across the world, specifically in Europe, Italy probably because of my ancestry, and then in Africa, Kenya with my husband. So we're excited to begin this journey. And again, our values that we bring to the table are not only like honesty, transparency, but all customization. You dream it, we design it, we do it together. And so there's a lot of purpose and passion in every home and every project we do. And we do it really authentically. We try to give you a one-of-a-kind experience. So next slide, we problem solving every day. But yes, the problems that our industry have faced within COVID is that everybody was stuck in their home and how to repurpose or make it a 2-in-1 room. But with that, I mean, when you think of interior designers and specifically residential, and we're in an affluent Southern California area, there's a lot of money and they like to spend it. I mean, even in fashion, you want to have those shoes, whether you can afford it or not. You want to have that nice car, whether you can afford it or not. Same thing in our homes, right? Because picture your mood. We are emotional, right? We want to experience things. So with home design, you get to go on that journey with us. So, but if I don't have extra money and I can barely put money in savings to, like my comrade said, you know, as a single mother, how do I make it day to day? Well, we want to bring you into that group of not only to the elite, but the local, the affordable, the accessible type of services. So through COVID, we were able to experience almost like value engineering our design services. So with that, we are making it more accessible by offering more boutique services. So our go-to-market strategy has been, and let me back up, if you go to the next slide, we started in 2016, but from then to now, we had 3 children. So I have 3 littles, 4 and under. So I've been running my design business in COVID with a newborn, a barely 1.5 years old, and almost kindergartner. There's been a lot going on, but we hit last year alone, the numbers are going to show you, over 100,000 with basically just doing 2 homes for 2 families here. And the beauty is it's been a blessing. And it's good, honest people who deserve this. But if I take that down and just even local neighbors, other people, we get to help even more people. And how do we do that? It's through our virtual design services. So it's basically taking one room and giving you everything you want. And if you can have one room as your sanctuary and your retreat or your happy place, who would not want that? Okay, if you can afford maybe a couple $100 to $2,000, I think that's affordable. Would you agree? So the next slide shows you, obviously marketing is what I'm going to need and ask for. You'll soon see that. The next slide is, keep going. There you go. There you go. So this new business model is a 3-tier structure. As a single independent designer, we usually have one revenue stream, which is one family, one client, one home, done. And you can kind of stack it. So over the last years, because of my 10 years of history with other high-end multi-million-dollar homes, I was able to average about 3 homes a year by myself. Last year, I had 2 interns. They ran and we did the best we could, and it was amazing. I wanted to onboard them full-time this year, but I haven't been able to because we're such a cash and carry type of business. So now, with still full service, but with minor projects, or what we're calling simplifying it down, we're able to service more people. We're able to bring more into the bucket and have multiple revenue streams happening. So with that, you have basically, instead of a $5,000 or $50,000 contract or project or client payout, you would have a $2,000 or a $2,000 or a $500 type of package out the door. And you get those services in less than a month. You could get probably even the $500 one in a week. Depends how fast we are. So next slide. So we've got the full service, again, everything from soup to nuts, concept development, execution. We work with your contractor as well, or my contractor. Next slide. Then you go to, I'm out of time. He's saying stop. I'm totally out of time. Okay, there's virtual design, and you keep going. You've been listening for 2 hours. You're tired. We're done. We did over 130 in revenue, like I said, and we did a house listing for a stage project in the first year, and that sold $200,000 above asking price. Next slides. So we are like other designers. However, we're more affordable. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop, up, 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 up. Slide goes up. Slides go up. Next slide, the full slide. No, sorry, go down. This is why it sucks to not have the buttons. Sorry, Mana, go down to the bar chart. There we go, stop. They need to see this, okay. Can you scroll up so they can see the no, I don't know how to communicate it. Can you help a sister out? Thank you. Okay, so we've got our projection. Historically, we make about 30 to 37 in profits. So with a more aggressive, not super conservative growth plan in 5 years, we'll hit that $1 million in revenue easily, very easily, with more team members and not just myself running the ship. So next one. There we go. Okay, here's our ask. Can you see it? Sorry. It says, what does it say up there? Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing it. 100,000 for staffing, marketing staffing, accounting, and my design assistant. Pretty simple, I think. I don't know. You guys tell me. And that's who we are, bringing affordable design to more people here. So would you like 7 to 8 judges, something done at a 10% discount or more? I'm willing to talk and negotiate, favors for favors. Would you also like to say, hey, I know this great, fabulous woman, a SoCal native, but she's globally minded, internationally focused. She might be able to service you both here or wherever in the world, and she's going to speak to other local communities and always support them. And again, the normal stats of interest rates, blah, blah, blah. So thank you for the extra time. I apologize for going over. Questions?
All right, judges.
Very dynamic presentation. So I heard a few different things throughout your presentation. One, it sounds like the way that you are going to differentiate yourself or have differentiated yourself from your competitors is that you have taken on more projects, but they are smaller in size.
Correct. So if you're from LA, have you heard of the Expert or Celebrity Designers? That was birthed out of COVID. And it was basically Zoom conferencing. So you get like everything within that hour, basically for free. I mean, you pay for that 1 hour. And then from that, it's kind of like Scott. I mean, we can digitize everything and simplify it for you.
So then if
it's
you're
taking
doing smaller,
yeah.
more affordable projects, how is it that you did the 2 houses for 131,000?
So both of those were over 50,000. And then I did 2 small projects last year for the $2,000 mark. So we did a hair salon in Corona del Mar, Newport Beach, and she's a minority business owner, young, fabulous. We met at a networking event, and within 1 month, we did her grand opening. I should have put that up here. Sorry, I should have given you that visual. Then the other one, she did a home reno through my other business, women's networking group. They were supposed to sell their home as retirees, and they didn't because they had a slab leak in their kitchen. So the whole, oops, almost sold, had to back out of escrow. I had to come and save them. She's like, budget, oh my gosh, I can't even afford it. I'm crying. My husband's getting dementia. Oh my gosh, it's COVID. Oh my gosh, I'm running my marketing business out of my home. How do we do this together? I said, well, you can help. You've got good design sense. I can show you this like quick plan. And there you go. Now, she did have to wait because of these product delays on kitchen appliances, but we had our kitchen designed, wrapped up, and done within a month or less, actually. And so she was so grateful. Both clients were so grateful. And so my husband, too, with the more entrepreneurial spirit, he's like, we can turn and burn like 20 projects a year or more doing affordable design versus being capped at like 3 to 5. Because if I took, let's say, 3 at most, that's 300,000. Or I could do 20 times, 2,000, and that's an extra cash flow. And then I forgot even to tell you my e-commerce idea, which is an online designer shoppable collection. So like what you might see that a little bit with like Wayfair and like Target, if you're scrolling, you'll see like in the room settings. So I can put together your living room. I can put together your bedroom for you, and you can just click because you're following me on social media. Oh, Denise posted a new living room. Oh, Denise posted a home office. Let me see what she chose. Oh, I like 5 of those 6 items. Put it in your shopping cart. It's in your home within a month or 2. And so that's another, I didn't even touch on that one, but that's a third revenue stream that we're going for. It's still in the works, but we're excited about that because that will just work for us while we sleep.
Thank you so much, Denise. And I think you kind of already touched on part of my question, which was on the virtual design. I'm guessing if you're going to expand a lot, you'll be doing a lot more of those. So when you design someone's, whether it's their bedroom, then are you providing them the links to be able to go in and find those particular items?
Yeah, so if she goes back to that slide, it would be giving you those direct links. So that would be like retail stores that you know. And then if you want something more customizable from where I can buy only, we can get you like a wholesale one-off item. But for the major pieces, it gives them 90% of what most people get hung up is how do I make it look good together, and how do I fit it within my budget? And how do I know that I got the right size? Because how many of you have bought something online, furniture related, and had to return it because it was the wrong size or the wrong whatever, or it got damaged or it got broken? So we're trying to kind of simplify all of that for everybody.
Great job.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
All right. Next up, we have another wonderful company that is ready to pitch tonight. That is Jam West Foods, DBA HMP, with Sarah Rumrotten, the owner, based in LA. Jam West Foods, Inc. has operated as an incubator and event catering since 2009. They pivoted to launch their own brand, HMP hemp-made products. Cheese Crisp, check all the boxes. I love that. Vegan, low-carb, protein-rich, superfood-based, sustainable, plus-free from GMOs, gluten, and lactose, and also taste incredible. So, welcome to the stage. The 5 minutes are yours. There you go.
I'm sure you're all aware that the plant-based food industry is blowing up. I'm Sarah Myers, and I'm the creator of a revolutionary snack food, Cheese Crisps, AKA the vegan Cheez-It. I've been in the food business for 15 years, incubating startups, some of whom are now million-dollar companies. Our family, like many other families around the world, faced health issues due to a dairy and gluten intolerance. My brand Cheese Crisps answers to the growing need for more dairy-free alternatives. What makes us unique is that we chose superfood hemp as our core ingredient. Our cheese crisps are made from our hemp cheese, which is made from our proprietary hemp milk. Cheese crisps are versatile and can be enjoyed on salads or as a topper on just about anything you want cheesy. But don't take my word for it. Here's some of our valued customers. Oh, so they're supposed to be, yeah. Here's what our customers have to say.
So good. And guilt-free.
It's really crunchy too. I like that.
Tastes like kind of Cheez-It. Salad topper. I mean, I can't believe it's not with cheese.
Cheesy, crunchy.
The crisps are amazing. Honestly, I thought they were way better than your store-bought farm crisps. Is that what they're called? Yeah.
It has like the addictiveness where I want to have another one.
Reminds me of like the Cheez-Its, the vegan style. So good. Oh my God, you guys. Maybe I shouldn't share these with other people though. That crunch is phenomenal.
The cheese crisp. I'm not a vegan at all, but they were jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
It's the best vegan cheese I've ever had.
We created our cheese crisps out of a need, but there's so much more. Sustainable for the planet, kind for animals, super nutritious for you, and the best part about it is that cheese crisps are soy, nut, and dairy, soy, nut, and GMO free. And if that wasn't enough, they're also protein rich and low carb. We are elevating the snack game for the planet. Our products are great, tasting, nutritious, and deliver an addictive crunch. We have a solid team and a growing advisory board. Sham, my husband and biggest supporter, is a doctor of internal medicine and a Navy vet. Michelle and I met in '93 when I was in music publishing, and she was producing internationally distributed television shows. Our big ask is $250,000. This funding will allow us to acquire equipment, hire staff, and finalize our branding, packaging, and start our marketing campaign. We can then take on national distribution. We the largest online retailer for vegans. Breweries and wineries are interested in selling our product, both for food service and for their retail boutiques. Production scaling will allow us to fulfill demand and increase our gross margins. 8 out of 10 people that try our product buy it, and many are return customers. We are in demand. Global e-commerce is growing along with future markets. Our customers are literally popping up in front of us. We have direct competitors, but none of them compare on taste and nutrition as we do. Oh, that's it. We compete because we check all the boxes. We're healthier, tastier, and satisfy multiple diet regimes. Our proprietary enzyme formula makes us truly one of a kind. Cheese crisps are the crunch you crave. We have a facility and are currently producing and selling our product D2C through our e-commerce. We've identified co-manufacturers and are in the process of seriously exploring this route. We're focused on our cheese crisps with 2 flavors, pepper jack, soon to follow. There's also other hemp-made products that are ready and developing in the pipeline. Consumers' demand for vegan food out of concern for animals and the environment and their health has sent the market skyrocketing. As you can see by these numbers, the market growth rate is accelerating and grew 2.5 times faster in 2021 than it did between 2018 and 2020. Thank you, and I look forward to us all crunching better with cheese crisps.
Okay, judges, I see you're already tasting the cheese crisps.
Yes.
Any questions on?
Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. Great presentation. I love that the details. It's very well orientated. My question for you, and this is just a thought, is in regards to the financing amount you're requesting, you wanting for equipment to manufacture your own product, correct? Or to grow your manufacturing process?
Yeah, to grow our, to be able to increase our productivity.
Okay. Have you explored perhaps building relationships or contracts with co-packers?
Yes. Yeah,
And-
we
and
have
what's
been.
Can you explain the difference between them, please?
The difference, okay, so we have, we make our own hemp milk, and there is a proprietary process to that, our enzymes. So just handing it over to a co-manufacturer can sometimes be a little iffy. There is one that I have identified, I have approached them, and they have the line that I actually need for my product. That's the only one in this country that I've identified. And I've been in the business for a while, 15 years, so pretty much know the co-manufacturers.
Your cost per
unit,
and then your customer acquisition cost, and then if you scale, how that changes.
So we really haven't been able to, right now we're bootstrapping, everything's grassroots. Our customer acquisition cost is pretty low because we're going to markets and basically getting them. And then we collect emails, so we retarget them ourselves. So part of our ask is to be able to acquire customers through, online ads and social media campaigns, basically hiring people to be able to write the blogs and do the things that we need to do to really get those customers. Your first question was, how much does it cost? So it's $1.70 for us to make our product right now out the door, and then we sell it for, it's $6.95 direct to consumer, which is pretty high. And going out to markets, I hear people, I hear what they're saying they want. A lot of people are saying, if this was just below $5, I'd buy it. And I'm hearing that more and more now. So our goal is, with our increased productivity, is that we'll get it down below $5.
Just one more question? No? Okay.
Thank you.
Great job. Okay, all right, guys. This is the last company pitching tonight. You ready? Next up is our final company, David G. Brown Studios. David Brown, the owner, based in LA. David G. Brown Studios is a sole proprietorship established in June 1995, and its professional services entail art direction, graphic design, illustration, photography, and art instruction. Welcome, David. The floor is yours.
So good evening, and thank you, Founders First, and your staff, your awesome staff, for this opportunity. I'm David G. Brown. I'm the owner and founder of David G. Brown Studios, and we educate and inspire through the power of illustration. Okay, so I'm an artist, educator, and publisher. And I started out in the advertising industry, doing graphic design, art direction for film, print, and television. Now, my career pivoted in April of 1999 with the Los Angeles riots. And at the time, the city of Los Angeles wanted artists in the community to get involved with healing the city. Sorry. So I applied for and was funded for a grant. And I was awarded a grant as an artist in residence in South Central Los Angeles. And I used that seed fund to create a comic book series. An African-American superhero that arises from the ashes of a riot. And one of the things I wanted him to do is to be able to show you as young people, there's other ways of dealing with conflict and violence. So with that success, I got some notoriety and exposure. And inspired by that, I turned to South Central and I wanted to inspire and work with young people. And so I made a series of youth-oriented books, starting with Tales from the Kids. I did an after-school program, and kids got a chance to actually create their own stories and empower themselves through that. I did a book called Dying to Smoke, Steps to the Drug-Free Life, the West Adams District, and the Watchtowers Arts Center. And my latest book, Pandemic, Race, and the Media, that talked about 2020, the problem. So I want to talk about a specific client, the Los Angeles World Airport, and the issues with the surrounding communities with traffic and noise. So they had a really challenging public relations problem with dealing with the noise and the resentment from the local community. So the solution, they hired a respected brand in the community, David G. Brown Studios, to actually create an after-school program that helped them make a connection with the community. These are my clients. So my professional services are graphic design, political cartoons, after-school programs. So this is my TAM, SAM, and SUM. So I'm going to quickly go through this because I'm being rushed through this. So the top number is the total comic book market, the accessible market, and 50,000 in terms of what I think I can exceed. My go-to-market strategy: online, conferences and events, Comic-Cons, books, and gift shops. My direct competition: Milestone, Brotherman, and Iron Comics. As you can see, I excel in all these categories: value, cost per unit, and kid-friendly, quality, and fast turnaround. Business model: individual customers, sales, peers, corporate clients. And my value proposition is my novelty brand and unique niche in the marketplace. Revenue streams: book sales, political cartoons, graphic design, and illustration, and art instruction and speaking engagement. Here's a quick snapshot of my organization. Revenue, and this is based on the trends in the last couple of years, and with the additional support from founders and a potential investor. My ask: so for marketing, upgrading the website, major marketing campaign. Replenish inventory for popular titles. Creation of new titles. $15,000 for equipment and $20,000 for a new hire. Financial, okay, I think I just went, oops. All right, okay. So consider, if you like what I presented today, consider making an appointment to be part of David G. Brown Studios growth, return on investment in 2 years. In addition, you'll be benefiting the youth in the community. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, I see a few fans.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Forgive me if I missed it. I did see the revenue chart, but I
Yes.
didn't see numbers reflected with that. What were your total dollar revenues?
Okay, so over the last 2 years, my was 75 to $80,000 in the last 2 years. But I expect to be able to double that with the investment, and also the fact that I was a full-time teacher that I retired from in 2020. So now I have my time to focus on growing my business.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
With technology always going into, audio listening and Kindle reads and all that, how would you position your newest titles or upcoming future titles into those markets?
Well, they can actually take a comic book and do it virtually. I mean, you can read it on online, and people can actually download a print of the digital images.
You're already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along those same lines, are you on like Apple Books or like can someone like download a PDF from Amazon or something? Are you there yet?
Yeah, I am. And one of the things I want to add that I didn't really get a chance to elaborate a whole lot on is the growing area of my business is actually doing keynote speaking addresses because I am one of the few African-American political cartoonists, nationally. And that creates a unique brand in terms of especially the trends with more stories and ideas that are being looked at from creators of color.
Great job.
Great job.
All right, that is all our pitch companies. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. For everyone that is watching on the live stream, I know we can't hear you, but I feel the love. I feel it here. So thank you all. Next up, we want to give our judges plenty of time to put in their final scores and deliberate. And we also have time in a little bit for Audience Choice Award too. So all of you guys, if you have a favorite pitch competition that you saw, you have the chance to put in your scores. But before we do that, we have our keynote speaker, and that is with Ms. Stefania Paletti, the founder of Kindvertising. After years of experience as an advertising creative working with Fortune 500 clients, Stefania founded Kindvertising to help compassion-centric companies and organizations gain awareness and growth. She's also vegan and an animal rights activist. So welcome to the stage.
All right. Can everybody hear me okay? Excellent. Well, first, I just want to say your presentations were phenomenal, and I know that you're all eager to find out who the winners are, so I'm going to keep this very, very brief. So my name is Stefania Paletti, and I am the founder of Kindvertising, and I was the first place winner of last year's challenge program. So I'm here today to just share a couple of very quick learnings from the program that I think you will hopefully find helpful, that I still carry with me today, and I think I will carry for a very long time. So first, a little bit about Kindvertising. You could just go to the next slide. Excellent. We are an award-winning creative agency that is specialized in promoting vegan services, products, and values. And that is a very peculiar niche market, but as someone said earlier, the plant-based market is exploding. Everything you see on the right-hand side is 100% plant-based, which is really exciting. And food technology in general is just a very, very exciting space to be in for sustainability reasons, ethical reasons, health reasons, the work, and that's why we're so dedicated to it. Now, the first learning that I wanted to share today is that believing in yourself is a learned skill. And I wish someone had told me that. I thought you're just born with it, and you hear that a lot. Believe in yourself, be confident and all that, especially in this space. But it wasn't until a few months after the program that I really understood and grasped the meaning of that phrase. When I won first place, It was a great boost. I felt awesome. I was like, great, I got this. You know, it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. And boy, was I wrong, because just the slide before, please. Thank you. Because just a few short months after the program ended, all the things that I'd learned from the program were put to a test. And Kindvertising found itself in the darkest place that it had ever been in its history. We were stuck in a place that felt like quicksand. We couldn't move forward fast enough, and we were hemorrhaging money. I was weeks, not months, weeks from losing everything that I had built over the past 5 years. And that's when I learned what that phrase really means. It means moving forward, not without doubts, but despite those doubts, or actually with those doubts within you. And so I found myself at a crossroads. I realized, well, I can either believe all the evidence around me that's telling me I'm no good at this, or I can push forward and at least walk away knowing that I did everything that I could to save the business. And so that's what I did. And I did everything that I could think of, from flying to the East Coast to find investors, to asking for payment extensions, to selling my stuff. I was this close to selling my car. I had gotten a quote and everything. Luckily, it didn't come to that, because earlier this year, we closed the biggest deal in Kindvertising history. It represented about 80% of all of 2021 revenue, which was an extraordinary win, but it was also a very humbling experience and a reminder of what believing in yourself really means. The second learning is to just remember that you are human. And I know how silly that sounds, but I think, you know, especially in this space as an entrepreneur that's trying to prove yourself to the world, to your peers, to your family, to those that didn't believe in you, it's really easy to forget that. But I think one of the mentors at Founders First, Michael Cox, said it best. He said something along the lines of, you know, we're being told that we have to sell ourselves and our story and our pitch, but some of us are still struggling to get out of bed in the morning. And I think that's very, very true. We've all collectively been through a lot over the past couple of years, and many of us are still struggling every day with challenges, mental health, physical health, the works. So it's important to remember that and to help each other out, because we are all in the same boat at the end of the day. And behind every success story, whether you win or lose today, behind every success story, there's a struggling and awkward and just, flawed human being. So with that, I thank you so much for your presentations and your time today and for hearing me out. And I do hope that these learnings are helpful to you as much as they were to me. And best of luck today with your journey. Thank you.
All right, this has been a fun night. I don't know about you guys, all of you who are watching, I'm sorry you can't taste the cheese, Chris, but they're good. So everyone here, this has been phenomenal. I want to definitely thank you all for coming. The night is not over. We have our audience choice award. So if you saw someone who pitched tonight that you're like, oh, they rocked it, I'm voting for them. Vote now. You're going to text your vote to 858-434-8876. What? Oh, no. We're missing the people. That's not them. Technical difficulties, even in the best of times, we'll figure that out. Okay. All right. So we're going to come back to Audience Choice Award in a moment. But I do want to thank again our partners for supporting our judges, for all of your hard work and your questions. These are some great questions. It's always so many questions that come up and you want to keep going. And also we have our certificates that we want to give for all of our participants who have gone through our cohort program. One thing about going through each of the programs is the knowledge that they learn is it's not enough. It's just not it. They get connections to their peers. They get the opportunity to be Founders First members for the long term. You guys are part of the family. So we want to see you grow and excel. And we want to hear about all the great things that you're doing because it's amazing to see. And as you can tell from everyone who you've seen come across the stage, when we say that we serve diverse-led small businesses, this is a pitch competition that is diverse in itself, not just the types of individuals on the stage, but the companies and the industries and the background. I don't know half of what you guys know, but I'm right there cheering behind you. And so we definitely want to continue to support you. If there's anything that Founders First can do, feel free to reach out to us as well. All right, let's see if our team is almost ready to go. One moment. Why don't we take this moment, if you would like to take a little break, stretch your legs a little bit, and then we'll have our awards calculated if all our judges are finished, and we'll be right back. I think you should leave audience choice to the end. Can everybody hear me okay? Clap your hands if you can hear me. All right. All right. If everyone can please take a seat. I love all this conversation and networking. I see you passing cards and connecting already. I love that. Now we have the text to vote numbers up here for everyone. So you'll text your audience choice to 858-434-8876. And that is for each company 1 through 11. If you find the company that pitched tonight that you want to win the audience choice, text that number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 858-434-8876. And we'll find out who the audience choice award is. While you all are doing that, we want to provide a congratulations and certificate of completion to every company that has gone through our challenge program today. And so I'll ask each of you companies, when I call your name and the business name, to please come up on the stage, and you'll stay here while we take some photos. And then while we're doing that, we'll find out who won 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place, and audience choice. All right, everybody ready to roll? First up, in no particular order, we have Breaking Through San Diego Physical Therapy. Congratulations. All right. Come on. Congratulations. Great job, great job. There you go.
One more.
Gotta get your graduation photo, yeah. All right. Next up, we have Denise Kamani Design. Congratulations. Congrats, congrats. All right. Oh, let's see. There we go.
One more.
Got that founder's blue.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next up is Access Track Inc. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job tonight. Yeah, all right. You're welcome. Okay. Snap Productions. All right, all right, all right. We're shuffling around. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Wait, let me get my glasses off.
Gotta get a good side. All right, congrats. Okay. Next up is KBHPS Inc. Congratulations. Great job. Okay. Next up, we have Think Healthy Inc. All right. Take the glasses off for this photo. I love it. All right, great job. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Next, we have David G. Brown Studios. All right, great job. All right, here you go. Okay, next we have Jam West Foods, DBA, HMP. Congratulations. Thank you. There you go. Okay. Get my fingers here. Composition Design LLC. Scott. Oh, Scott, we have yours. We're ready for you. That's okay. Dionysus Creative LLC. Congratulations. You're welcome. All right. Congrats. You're welcome. Great job. Okay. And last but not least, Vizard Marketing and PR. You're welcome. Great job. All right. Congratulations. Okay, well, hold on to Scott's form. All right, wow, let's give everybody a round of applause again. Phenomenal job. So our lovely Founders First team will be running up here on the stage, not like the Oscars, but running up here on the stage. Yes, we're not doing that, not tonight. We're only congratulating you. We're going to find out who's the Audience Choice Award winner, who won third place, who won second place, and who won the grand prize. But you all are winners. I can definitely say that for your hard work and determination. And like I mentioned earlier, we're here for you. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, okay? All right. And no, we won't. Reach out anytime. All right. I need a drum roll or something. Yeah. Looks real intense. You can feel the air. Okay, I'm going to stand up so y'all can't cheat and see we'll start with audience choice. Yeah. And then 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we got that too. All right. The audience choice winner is Vizard Marketing and PR. All right. Congratulations. Uh-oh. There we go. I heard you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Okay. Which one's this?
Third.
Okay. Third place. No. We have Vizard Marketing and PR. All right. Okay. We have to distinguish these now. All right. Second place. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Jam West Foods. Woo-hoo! Congratulations. All right. Okay. Which one is this? What's that?
Certificate.
Okay.
Excellence.
That's top performer.
Top performer.
Okay. Before first place, we have a top performer award. This is for all the work they've done during the cohort, and the top performer in the cohort. Why do y'all all look like you know who it is? Like, okay, it is Ginger Campbell. Woo!
Does it cover money?
Okay, and what everyone has been waiting for. Yeah, that drum roll. Access track. Woo! Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, great job to all of you tonight. You did a phenomenal job. I know it's a lot to come up here and pitch in 5 minutes and get questions. That's a lot, but you did it, and you did a wonderful job. So give yourself a round of applause just for that. Okay. Now we'd like a photo of everyone, if you can squeeze in. There we go, there we go.
Short people in front. Short people in the front. You know, you ain't keeping this. Yeah, kind of turn a little bit.
This is that cohort love. All right. Okay, now one more. Now one more. One more. Let me get in there.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, everyone. Woo! All right. That is the end of our presentation for the night. Thank you again to all of the judges. You did a great job. Thank you for our audience, our participants, all of you who are watching live. Thank you for your support. And please go to foundersfirstcdc.org for any information. Have a good night.